We arrive in Connecticut for one of two race rounds here in the beautiful state of Connecticut. First, starting out here at a new track on the schedule, this is WR Raceway. Hello, everybody, and welcome to round number 2 of 22 of the 2020 Sunoco Elite Series or Sunoco Pro Series season. I do that eventually. Here at WR Raceway, a square-shaped short track out here. After last week's excitement, we finally arrive at our first new track of the season. We got a few of those throughout the whole season due to Operation Track Finder from last season, and now there's some things to talk about, especially with this starting lineup. On pole position, Eric Monaco, the short track ringer, shows why he has that nickname now, as he now takes pole position. He absolutely didn't he dominate a short track last season? Yeah, it was Dublin Convention Center. He could have won the Dodge Motordrome, but ran out of fuel in a fuel mileage finish. He got P2 in Ovalo Juarez. He has just been on fire in these short track races, and he wants to get another short track win with the abundance of short tracks on the schedule lately. Tristan Wilhoit lining up alongside current leader of the power rankings and P2 in the points. Tristan Wilhoit has had an amazing start to his rookie year, and he starts P2 here in WR Raceway. He finished second in testing, second in the opener, starting second here today. On row 2, Vince Freeze in the 8 for Monarch Motorsports. Freeze has been on the rise lately. He's been someone everyone's had their eye on, and there's been rumors around of where he could go already, of what could happen if he continues a good pace, and it's starting off well this season. He starts P3 in this race alongside Audra Baranowskis for Red Stallion in P4. Such an amazing qualifying result for the 08 crew, that Motocraft number 08. Now that they are aligned with Roush Racing Enterprises, they were hoping to get some good results, and a great qualifying result for Audra Baranowskis, hoping to put together a good race result. Row 3 is a pair of Roush Racing cars, Max Anderson and Tyler Thaber. Align row 3. Anderson pole position last week at Road Gatineau, had a very bleh race despite all that, and Thaber got into some trouble with the stewards. On row 4, Cordell Paulson won a short track race last season at Nazareth, if I'm correct, and he's hoping to get another one here today. The reigning champ, hope for a great result, P4 in the opener. That's alongside Morgan Fuller, starting her season off pretty well. I believe she actually got a top 20 in the first race. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think she was like bottom of top 20. But Morgan Fuller starting on row 4 in P8. We'll see if she can pick it up. She's been rumored that she might leave this car with a not so impressive run last season. She kept the ride this year, and if she can get this pace going in the race that she had in qualifying, maybe she'll be something after all. And on row 5, Willie D. It's actually a pair of chevrons. Willie D with his now Saya colors this week. In that Saya Trucking number 4 Pontiac G8. Willie D had a great race last week out. He only had one problem, which was damage in the pits in contact with Yuki Tamura, and if it wasn't for that contact, he could have been a race-winning threat, although he did end with a very solid top 10 performance. Looking for another one here today, alongside on his debut for part-time number 77 for Chevron Motorsports. That is Carter Friesen. Previous driver Dow DuPont down in PLS. Now he drives for Duncan Rogers. So he is alongside his current team owner, Willie D, down in the lights. Obviously, as you know, William Duncan partially owns Duncan Rogers, alongside Bob Rogers, very big ally, Travis Scott, owner of Chevron. And Carter Friesen moving his way up and hoping to start off his Pro Series debut with a bang. Looking through the order a little further, Roush, after a devastating end to last week, starts P11 and could be going for another win here today. Paul Jackson, not that far back. I believe that is 2 rows behind Scott Roush. Give me a sec, there we go. 2 rows behind Scott Roush, down in 16th. Rowe down in 19th. After a great result last week, hoping to get another one here today. And we look at the rear of the grid, Rahal, and not another bad start this week. He has just been so far this season. He's hoping to turn it around, but he's got a long way to go. And 2 people go to the rear. Irvine, due to a problem in practice, and Alex Benyako, the point leader, failed tech inspection post-qualifying. So that's going to shake things up for the points a little bit. The guy who seems to be in position to take the points lead, Tristan Wilhoit, starting outside pole. And we are going to go down to take the green flag here. First short track race of the season. Pace car is in. And the driver of the 87, Eric Monaco, with a top 10 run last week in Gatineau. Can he bring home a win here in Connecticut as we come out of 4, and green flag is in the air. Great start for Monaco. Not a great start out of Wilhoit, but Anderson up to P2 early. Trying to make his charge straight for the 87 as quickly as he can. Duncan getting through. There's the rest of the Roush Racing cars. Baranauskas and Wilhoit almost in the wall, but I think they missed it. Yep, no damage. They missed the wall, but they are falling back early. They got the short end of the stick there. Starts at this track can be a little shuffly, but once it solves out, which tends to happen pretty quickly, should be fine. Monaco leads over Anderson, Paulson, Freeze, Duncan, Faber, Ray, Roush, and Anderson. Did I just say Anderson? It was Rowe. Anderson's up here. They are closing in on Monaco now. Eric not getting away. As Yap gonna dive it low here. Anderson kept it nice and tight and will get a lead away from the 87. And there goes Paulson as well, up into P2. Yellow, black, white, and red. The colors at the top two. Actually, no black on the 83. But Max Anderson now leads. Freeze up to 3rd. There is Willie D and Faber, who've been pushing together. Up to these guys, up to your top 4. Also may begin to go after your new leader in the form of Max Anderson. Duncan is through Vince Freeze now. Faber wants to get through him, but Ray might have other plans here. No. Faber able to shut the door before he's able to get to him. The Roush Racing cars have converged on the front. The Chevron cars have converged on the front. The Mavericks were already here from the start. And now it's on. Wilhoit's on his way back. Big lunge! Wilhoit not playing around right now. Wants to get to the front. He just took like 5 spots in one go. What a move. Huge lunge from the 98. Look at the front. There it is. Paulson gets the lead away from Anderson. Monaco in 3rd. Faber 4th. Ray rounds out the top 5. Anderson gonna have to sit back, reset, and go back after the 83 here. You cannot let anyone get away at this track, because once they get away, it becomes way, way more difficult to reel them back in. Once you're close, you can keep it close. And that's what Anderson's doing. He's keeping it nice and close to the 83, although it doesn't look like he's looking for an attempt yet. Oh, there it is. He might have just set up the move perfectly. No, nope. Not quite. Paulson still holds the lead. Eric just hanging out alone in 3rd. Not close enough to challenge, not close enough to be challenged by Tyler Faber. But he obviously does not want Faber to get in this, because that will give Roush Racing a much bigger advantage than they want. As Anderson down the inside for the lead. This will give Monaco an opportunity to catch up a little. Crossover out of the 83 here is possible. Not quite. Monaco in 3rd, Faber 4th, Duncan 5th. There's William Brock, who's moved his way up into the top 10. What's out of him? Friesen's back. That's Fitzwater and Shane Vincent. Both were just... Fitzwater was just in the top 25. Vincent was almost out of the top 30. And now they're both into the top 15. Great start from them. We look back to the front. Monaco has caught Anderson as Paulson got the lead back away from the 34. Maverick is swarming this 34. Faber, you need to get there. You need to help Anderson. I don't think he's fast enough. Fastest lap early, Paul Jackson. He started decently far back, and he's fallen further. He had one good lap, and it just seems like it fell apart after that. Jackson is suffering in the early run. Oh, big lunge out of Rahal as Fitzwater falls back through the pack. Baranowskis did not have a good start. I still see that Shane Vincent is within the top 15, though. Amazing start out of the 42. Oh, Willie D being pushed back a little bit. There's Brock. Faber, you've got to go, man. Anderson's getting swarmed. He's kind of close, but he's not close enough. And Anderson's starting to lose the touch with the 83 and is starting to be challenged by the 87. Faber, where are you, man? Oh, he's kind of there. Brock trying to move. I see Pericles has moved up. Duncan falling back now, out of the top 10. As now he's found his way back and is immediately going back after Will Hoyt. Oh, Anderson's found a second wind. Pushing to the 83 now. Giving it everything he's got, not quite. Tried to go for a move there, but just got the door shut on him. He just scored his fastest lap of the race, but none of these guys at the front, other than Eric, actually has a decent fast lap with the 8th fastest lap out of the 87. The other two have not been able to perform amazing laps, just started high and kept it high. Oh, bad line at Anderson. Bad line, Anderson. This is going to leave the 87 here. You got to shut the door, Anderson. He can't. Monaco up to second. Maverick in a top 2. Faber, where are you? You got to go. Where's Roush? Roush is on the move. Just got Brock trying to keep Will Hoyt at bay. Not quite. Hoyt was putting on so much pressure there. 2 of the Dodges now. This is full fun of motorsports converging at the front. All the big teams seem to be making their moves. And there's just Pericles and Fuller. Anderson back to second. The gap between your top 3 and Faber is about 1.5 seconds. Fuller is catching Faber? Oh no. Lap 22 of 100. Paulson out in front. Has a little bit of a gap, about 0.5 second over Anderson. And then it's about another 1/10 to 2, I think that's like 2-3 tenths down to Eric Monaco in third. Whole nother 1.5 seconds to get to Faber. Faber is not quick. He's not moving quick enough. Fuller closing the gap. Faber's not fast. He took advantage of the early shuffle to get up here, but he is, no, he's your 35th fastest out of 40. He is slow, but he's just trying his best. Fuller's time is tied with Eric's, isn't it? Yeah, now 19th fastest as people continue to get faster and faster in the early stages. This track does not grind tires as hard as you would think. Your fastest lap of the race now out of Shane Vincent, down in 11. Shane is absolutely blazing. He's doing so good early. Oh, Anderson. What are you going to do against Eric here? Slight mistake out of the 83, but Anderson tries to shut the door on the 87, and he does. But Eric comes back again. Oh, Anderson's getting no opportunity to challenge Paulson because Eric keeps stopping him. Maverick was so incredible at the short tracks last year. In fact, if I'm correct, they swept the short tracks. I need to fact check that in my mind. No. Oh, caution. We're under caution. Yes, we are. That's Scott Roush. Oh. And that's Patrick Smith as well, making his full-time debut. Or not full-time, making his part-time debut, and that's going to end him. Caution flies here at WR Raceway. ISCRO trying to catch up to everybody. And and it is Cordell Paulson, your leader. What happened? It would be a battle for P12 between Louvier and Roush. Louvier would get the spot, and Ray would see an opportunity and a space that just, it was there, but he pushed it too far, and a round would go. Yeah, and there's that damage that the 00 got. People kind of stacked in, but they were able to get it stopped. Slight damage on the 78, and the 10 got a decent amount from hitting the rear of him. But overall, not too much damage in that wreck. Bad luck for Scott Roush. Ray, a little too aggressive for his own good. Caution period coming to the end. Jackson and Smith are out of the race. Ray is 1 lap down, and Scott Roush, lots of damage, still on the lead lap. Downey's entire front end is gone, and we just got news that Sean Arndt's engine just blew. Yep. Sean Arndt's engine is gone. That is not good for the Fitzwater crew. They were looking at a solid 24th and 25th. Arndt's going to let the pack through before he moves down to pit lane. Oh, Curtis, come on. There you go. I think he just wants the pack to go before he even has to. We're green. Are they going to call a caution? Us back to caution flag? No. We're fine, we're fine. Keep it going, we're fine. We're back green, and Faber takes advantage of the early shuffle and gets third away. Roush in a much better position than they were before. Despite Scott Roush's demise, that seems to have been beneficial for the 35 as he gets third from Eric. Keeping Maverick out of that top 2 and getting Roush into a 2-3. This is huge. Oh, Ray might get parked here. Ray is too slow. He's probably gonna get parked here. Sorry about that. We continue on. Ray is very slow. He may get parked for this, for his pace right now. Anderson all over the back of the 83. Now he knows he can. He's got no pressure from the 87. They're catching Ray already. He might have to pull it in, and he does. Ray pulls it into the pits. He's not going to play a factor. Friesen to third. Carter Friesen's in this. There's Rowe. Duncan's not far. Chevron's here. I did not see Carter Friesen making that lunge. I did not even know he was there. So Ray is not a worry. They will catch Scott Roush here, but I'm not sure if Roush is below minimum speed here. I think he might be okay to keep going. Ray was definitely way too slow. Yep, and there goes the 99 out of the race. Roger Ray, that sucks. Now it's Chevron versus Roush as Paulson tries to run away. There's Will Hoyt getting in this. Vincent! Shane, Jesus Christ. Shane, with an extremely aggressive move, does get the spot away from Fuller, brings Willie D with him. Will Hoyt trying to get the 47 now. Rowe up ahead. Then it's Anderson, Friesen, and Paulson, your leader. Friesen looking very quick right now. Oh, Shane pounding the back of the 35 here. Faber does not want to give up another spot. Anderson back to being alone, but Anderson closing on that 77 very quickly. And there he goes, Anderson back for second. Rowe could make a huge lunge here if he wanted to. Oh, but not quite. Not on your teammate. He'll rest for a second and then go for the spot in a much cleaner spot. That's a good teammate. Oh. Paulson leads, Anderson second, Rowe third, Will Hoyt Thaber, Vincent, and Duncan all moving past the 77. Friesen, nowhere to go. He's just got to file his way back and get back in this. We have a battle amongst the top 9 for the win right now, I believe. As Monaco needs to move, top 8. Monaco needs to move if he wants to join this as well. Get back in this. Anderson in P2, you gotta go after. Paulson cannot let him get away. Rowe, looking very fast. Rowe, the fastest of your top 3. Not the fastest of the top 5, though. That belongs to Tristan Wilhoit. It is Maverick, Roush, Chevron, Maverick, Roush, full frontal, Chevron, Maverick, Bavarian. And there goes Rowe. He was faster than Anderson, and Wilhoit on a much faster pace than all of them moves ahead of Anderson as well. He's in a 19.8. No one else is in the 19.8s right now. No, Duncan is. Willie D's in the 19.8s. Friesen's in the 19.8s. Oh, there is Paulson peeking into the 19.8s for his first time today. Rowe's got to pick his pace back up, go back after the 83 and hope that Wilhoit plays nice, but I don't think he will. Not when his teammate's lead is on the line. Alexander Rowe running Haviline colors for the first time in his career. He's been a big Gatorade sponsorship for a long time, and he's got a split sponsorship this year between Haviline and Gatorade. This is the first race, I believe, that Haviline is running. I believe the Gatorade ran last week. Oh, caught Roush. And Roush gonna play nice, be a good back marker. Roush doesn't deserve what's happened to him in these first few races. Coming to lap 50, Wilhoit finally the move on the 47, and that's gonna help Anderson get himself back into this. But Anderson back in the same situation he was before now. 2 Mavericks and no teammates. As Rowe gets pushed out, look at Shane Vincent go. He is absolutely on fire. Yep, Roush is completely out of the way. Not gonna bother this, not gonna play a factor in this, no playing spoiler, not even for his teammate. He'll play nice. Roush has always been a good driver like that. Thank you, Roush. Anderson all over the back of the 98 now. He played this game earlier with Monaco. He's going to try to play this game again. Wilhoit at this point just trying to let Paulson get away. Because as we stand, Wilhoit maybe doesn't care as much about getting Paulson because he's in the points leading position right now. Oh my God, Shane! Yep, there's that Shane Vincent aggression. There it is. That's the Shane Vincent we know and love right there. Up to P4. Shane is not playing around. He wants the win, and if he wants to win this race, he's got to go. That gave Anderson a little bit of breathing room to try to get Wilhoit, though. That's Gatlin Downey that has now been approached. Paulson got through him. Oh, they're going to catch Downey at the wrong place. Is Anderson going to use Downey as a pick? Yes, he is! Using Gatlin Downey as a pick, but also because of the momentum loss, couldn't actually get past Downey on that run. Vincent up to 3rd. Shane, there's his teammate. His teammate sees him going, lets him by. He's going to let everyone by now that there's an open spot to do so. Good job. Good job, Downey. He's playing nice as well. The only reason they didn't get past him immediately is because Anderson was playing a little bit dirty there. Anderson is now free of the Mavericks, but he's not free of Shane Vincent. Wilhoit challenging Rowe. He wants to get back in this. Shane all over the back of Anderson. 1 second place away. This is what we expected out of Shane Vincent this season. And there he goes, up to 2nd. He's got the spot. One more target, unless Wilhoit has something to say, which he might. But Shane consistently in the 19.8s. He's gone. He's gone. I think he just left them in the dust. Shane is trying to check out away from Will Hoyt, away from a teammate of the 83s that could play a factor. Rowe challenges the 98. That's going to help Shane just a little bit more. Because he had to slow down there for overtaking, though, he still was about on par with the 83. Very, very, ever so slightly slower. 4 thousandths. Oh, Shane. He's actually not as fast now that he's in clean air. But he's trying to move. Angel, the next one they'll catch. Actually, they're catching just the rear of the pack overall. I don't know how this is going to go. Rowe in third. Will Hoyt fourth. Anderson fifth. Fuller is finally catching up to these guys in sixth. Duncan seventh. Louvier eighth. Brock in ninth. And Friesen rounds out your top 10. Downey just letting people go. Not being a bad backmarker. He's just letting them go. Good job. Again, despite the fact that he's slow, I believe he is still above minimum speed. I believe they will keep him going on track. There we go. Shane's kicked it up again. Oh, he's inconsistently kicking it up now. Seems he's used a lot of the juice he had to get into those 19.8s. Well, Paulson is now consistently running higher 19.9s. Vincent is fluctuating between 19.8s and 20 zeros. Now Shane catching Scott Roush. Lower 19.9. That was a huge time cut. That was a 3/10 time cut. Bad lap time for the 83. I think he might have gotten a little bit panicked about the 17. Either that or it was because of Roush and he had to get through him. We'll see this time around. 19.9. 20.1. Okay, so Paulson pulled a little of it back, but it's at 1.3 now. Shane continuing to close it down. Will Hoyt not far. Rowe now getting through Roush. There's Fuller and Anderson. Paulson. Advantage Shane, another 10th cut. Shane Vincent cuts another 10th. It is 1-3 flat now. 20.0. 20.0. Almost identical lap times. Tristan Will Hoyt into the 19.8s. Alex Beniaco back out on track, and they are catching the back of the pack now, with coming to 20 to go soon here. Shane Vincent. 19.0, 19.9, 19.93. Advantage Shane Vincent. Actually was the fastest of all three of them. Will Hoyt not giving up. Will Hoyt is not giving up. He wants another P2. I think he knows if he gets P3, I believe Paulson would take the points lead where we are. 20.0, 19.8, but there it is. There's the thing that we anticipated. Cordell Paulson has caught the back of the 17 and the 98, and there he goes. That's a move. Oh! Angel! No reason to defend that. That's a lapper. Will Hoyt to second. He knows. He knows he's got to go. He wants the point lead early in this season, and to go 2-2-2 early in the year would be a godsend for the 98. In fact, in every race or session that involves racing or testing specifically, he's gotten second. He got second in his duel. He got second in testing. He got second in the opener. And now he's going for second in the second race of the year. Tristan Will Hoyt is blazing. Paulson is clear of the first three lappers. Downey is back. The next lapper they'll catch is Mark Nutt if they catch them. Shane back by the 98. I think you'll get him in two here. Oh, Downey stays wide. Not going to pressure him too hard here. Oh, Shane didn't get as eager as he wanted to probably. But that is his teammate. He's not going to hurt his teammate. He's not going to be like that. I think Shane would rather get second and not wreck his own teammate, which is a good call in my opinion. So Shane holds second. Will Hoyt about a half second down now from Shane. Got a little bit more breathing room, but now Paulson has a little more breathing room. It's 1.8. It's going to be, it's nearly impossible at this point. He'll need something. Cordell Paulson leads this race. Lipton T brought him to victory lane. He got 4 wins last year. And now at round 2, Paulson wants to defend his title, and this is where it would start. The 2-time Sunoco Pro Series champion, 2015 and 2019. Trying to defend it and go for his 3rd. 15 laps to go. Shane is not going to be there. A miracle is needed for Shane to win this race, but Shane coming from 29th on the grid to be on the podium is such an incredible performance. Shane showing that he's got something in him. He wants wins. He wants great results, and he wants a top 10 points finish. That's something he's been yearning for. Getting through Sean Angel. Will Hoyt on the back of the 42 now. Once again, got a little held up by Sean Angel there. Matt led the 98 to the rear of him. There's Mark Nutt. Paulson just running his race, trying to keep it out front. Shane trying to keep the 98 at bay. Can Will Hoyt actually get his 4th second place of the year? In 2 rounds, testing, duels. He's only finished 2nd. Is it gonna break now? Is he gonna finish 3rd? Oh my God, Shane! Shane's not messing around. He wants something. He wants vengeance. He's mad. He's driving angry. And Sean Angel will challenge the 98 in the chaos. And I think that gives Shane the breathing room he needs. I'm guessing that Shane is frustrated with what has happened. And I would be too. It was still a great result out of Shane. But this race is all over. 9 laps to go for Cordell Paulson, trying to go to victory lane for his first time this year. Maverick Wolf ended up 2-3-4 last week, but got the win ripped away by Alex Bignacco. This week, Bignacco down and out. Shane was the big factor today. Up to P2 he got. He got so close. But Lappers and Will Hoyt were able to rip him away from being able to get in range of Paulson. Oh, but there's a caution! Oh, no! Caution! Rahal! Eric's up in flames! Eric Monaco! Ryback! 2 of the Ditechs! Heavy damage! And Shane's back in this! Just like that! Bubba Jones got to pass the pace car. Good job. Just like that! The race is back on! What happened? Eric Monaco had been falling back, and I guess his frustration overboiled and launched it when he probably shouldn't have. Clipped the back of the 8. He'd go into the infield and would sweep Ryback out. Blocking middle of the track, nowhere to go. Big slam for the 80, for the 33. But overall, not too much damage, just a big chunk there for Mark Nutt. Ryback, Rahal, and Eric Monaco, big damage. Eric got too impatient, too angry with the way his day was going. And that's that. Bad luck. for the die text. They didn't deserve that. We'll be back. There it is, lap 98. They will decide to not bring it into overtime. That's an error. They will not bring it into overtime, but it will be a 2-lap dash to the finish line. They will not park the cars and ready them up for overtime. We instead will be going back green. 2 laps to go this time. It is Paulson, Vincent, Wilhoit. Back to Rowe, Anderson, Fuller, Duncan, Thaber, Brock, and Schock Jr. rounds out the top 10. Who will be taking home the win? Pace car is in. Final restart. As we round the last corner, Paulson, can he take the win here? 2 to go. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, and that good start's probably the nail in the coffin right there. That's probably all Paulson needed to take this win. Yep, there's nothing they could do. That caution will not affect the outcome. White flag is in the air for Cordell Paulson. Oh, aggression out of Wilhoit. 1 second. Into 3. And out of turn 4, the defending champion, 2-time champion, Cordell Paulson wins in Connecticut. And Wilhoit will keep the second place streak going. His 4th consecutive P2, 2nd in testing, 2nd in the duels, 2nd in Gatineau, and P2 in WR. And I think we're looking at your new points leader. Absolutely amazing job, Wilhoit. But the day is all about Cordell Paulson, your winner here at WR, keeping the short track streak alive for Maverick. So I believe they've won the last 3, and I see Pericles in the pits with big damage. Seems that there was an incident, maybe post-race or before the finish line. What happened? And it was post-race, as Pericles would be trying to pull in, and they were just 3 wide. There was not too much space. Trying to let Louvier let him by in, and nope. Pericles goes around, hits the pit wall. Obviously, he's all right, but it doesn't matter. He brings home a top 15, which is an amazing result for that crew. Actually, 15-23rd for Southeast. Great result. And Wilhoit celebrating out there. Shane Vincent 3rd, finishing out the podium. Very good job. Let's go look at your finishing results. And it's Cordell Paulson taking the win here at WR Raceway in Connecticut. Wilhoit 2nd, Vincent 3rd, Rowe 4th, Anderson 5th, Duncan 6th, Brock 7th, Thaber 8th, Schock Jr. 9th, and Morgan Fuller rounds out the top 10. Another notable I want to point out is Allie Nelson down in 11th. Very good job out of her. Benoit Vervine comes back from a 39th to finish 14th despite Angel's bad luck. Still a good, decent day for Trailblazer. Great result for Southeast in 15th and 23rd. Baranowskas and Jones bring home an 18th, 24th for the Red Stallion squad, which is a very impressive run. And back of the field, Patrick Smith on his part-time debut didn't go too well. Other people just Ryback and Roush, another bad day for both of them. Angel, after a great opener, just could not bring home a good result. Same with Benyako. I think this puts the points lead in the favor of Maverick once more. Tristan Wilhoit, the rookie, after 4 consecutive second places, is looking to be your points leader. Cordell Paulson, after winning, though, seeming very strong. Duncan P6 will probably be around P3, P4 in points, I think. We're looking at a few people who are looking to be threats. Next time, we're heading out to Lime Rock Park, the second of the Connecticut rounds. A track we haven't been to in a few seasons, but Lime Rock, one that has brought home some good results, good races in the past, and we're looking for another good race. Track's been a little bit modified, a little bit changed. Better pavement. Things are looking a lot better for that track, and hopefully it can stay on the schedule for years to come. But that'll depend on what happens next week. Congratulations to Cordell Paulson and probably Tristan Wilhoit for taking the points lead. And we will see you all next time in Lime Rock Park. Ciao.